Hey Jacob, we're standing outside of a barn.
Yeah.
What might be inside this barn?
Maybe some cars.
Probably. Come on, let's go check it out.
Alright.
I mean, what the heck would we want a barn for? Cows or something? Not. Alright. So what we have here is a Dodge Shelby Daytona. And you and I are going to rebuild the engine in this thing. Turbocharged 2.2. 5-speed manual. And over here, we got us a Dodge Stealth. This Dodge Stealth has a bad transmission in it. It's got a 5-speed tranny, but it only shifts through 3 of them. So we have a donor engine and transmission that we're going to stick in it. But let's go look at this. What is this? What do we have here?
1966 Dodge Coronet.
1966 Dodge Coronet. We'll pull that cover off.
Here's a surprise.
Yeah, look at that.
Convertible.
Convertible. Do you remember what engine it has?
318 Poly.
318 Poly with a 727 automatic transmission. But I like this. So we'll make it run. It's been sitting for quite some time now. As you can see, this interior is shabby. Obviously the top is gone. But we're going to make it happen. We're going to put this thing back together and do some restoration work. So you're going to be learning some body work. You're going to be learning some welding. The car is in overall pretty good shape. There's a little bit of rust down here. Another little spot of rust somewhere on one of the doors. But it's, you know, bumpers are bent up. It was originally a dark blue, like a navy blue.
You can see the original color over here.
Yeah, see the inside of the door. The inside of the door is the original color.
It is.
See right there? No, right there. Look, that's the original color. Now that blue there was what it was painted last time, kind of a metallic blue.
This is navy blue.
So we got to make this thing run. It's going to be cool, but our focus isn't this Coronet. Our focus is that dog over there. So let's get busy. Oh yeah.
Dodge Ram Charger.
Yep. Well, it's at its new home. It's inside the barn.
Yeah.
And you and I are going to clean this paint job up a little bit and try to make it look more presentable. And, you know, see if we can do something with the paint up here on the top. Maybe put something on there to make it look a little better. But we're going to pressure wash it first. Then we're going to scrub it a little bit. And see how it turns out.
All right.
Good idea?
Yes.
All right, Jacob, check out our new machine we got. Picked this up for 50 bucks. Yeah, that's right, 50 bucks. Well, let me tell you the real story. I went down to go buy a pressure washer, and there were 2 of these side by side. One had a bad pump and one had a bad engine, and they sold them both for $50. So I took the pump out of the one and put it in the other and fired it up and made it run. So I guess you could call it $100 for a $330 pump pressure washer. But in any case, this is a pretty neat little setup here. High pressure, 2,800 pounds, 2.3 gallons. Keep your eyes open for these kinds of things when you go to purchase this kind of stuff. Now, it's a hot sunny day here in Tennessee, and it's sweaty, so I can't think of a more fun thing to do. Let's get this thing started, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of it and kind of show you. be able to get those off without damaging the paint.
Oh.
We'll give it a try though. They gotta go.
Yep.
They're starting to get soft now. Anyway, here's the thing, Jacob. Make sure that you just don't stick it on there and pull it and get it real close, because it can get up underneath the paint and peel it away from the body. Alright? So you kind of want to keep on moving. You got a little safety here. You push with your thumb and then you pull the trigger. Oh, we got air in the line. Don't ever put your hand in that stream.
Alright.
No, I'm not.
Yep. Look at that stuff. Gone.
Don't get it too close. I mean, don't put it right on it. And keep it moving. And you got to push this little button, then you can pull the trigger. And you'll see the stuff goes out, cleans it up. Just keep it moving.
Alright.
right, Jacob, go ahead and get started over here. Over here.
Yeah, it's on. Go.
All right, Jacob, we got a couple things. Let's show what the engine, what we're going to do to the engine on this thing now. First of all, this paint job is in bad shape because the bushes that were on the side ate all the way down. So we were going to polish it up, but I don't think we're going to do that. It's really, I don't know, it's really ready for some rework. And the owner isn't really particularly interested in seeing this particular paint job shine because they're going to do something else different. All right, so why don't we go over to the shed over here and I'll show you what some of the parts we're going to put inside this engine.
All right.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Look at your hair after cleaning that thing. That's the first bath you took in what, a month now?
Maybe.
Maybe. Now your mama won't let you get away with that. All right, check this out. You hold that. All right, so what we have here, what we're going to do with this 400 that's in the Ram Charger now, is we're going to put this crankshaft in it. Now what this is a cast iron 440 crankshaft. These are kind of easy to find these days because everybody that's modifying 440 either looks for a steel crank or strokes them. So there's quite a few of these out there. Now these are particularly good for regular street use and for drag racing. No problems with these, they're tough. And let's kind of peel this back. Now the 440 crankshaft has a larger main than a 400. So what's been done to this crankshaft is these mains have been machined down to standard 383/400 dimensions. So these journals have been polished. So this crank is a standard for a 400 440 crank. See that? Now that'll make this 400 be about 448 cubic inches. Now the rods we're going to use are these. These are out of a 440. These are called LY rods. They have an LY on each one of them. I have used these with Wiseco pistons before and ran them up to 7,000 RPMs. These things are tough. We're going to change the rod bolts. We're going to balance the pack. We're going to do a few things like up the compression maybe to about 10 or 10.5. We're going to put a bigger camshaft in. And we should be able to pick this engine up possibly 200 horsepower. So that's our goal with the engine. So this is going to be a project that we'll get started on in a few weeks. And we'll film it, show the peeps. What do you think?
All right then.
You want to do it?
Yes.
You willing to help?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna torque some bolts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good deal. All right, well, it's a hot, sweaty, and rainy day today, so I think I'm going to turn this thing off and go jump in the water. What do you think?
All right.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, Jacob. Well, we're finished up now doing the pressure washing. You can see the paint is horrible. And you can see as it was being pressure washed, the paint just peeled right off. We could have dug it all off easily. So, as a result, we're not going to bother buffing it up. We may do some paint work on it later. So, now this thing has already been registered and insured. But now, we've already discussed what we're going to do with the engine on this thing. But the engine's not coming out right away. We are going to do a couple of other things first. So let's go down here underneath and take a look up at the Ram Charger from underneath. Alright, so it has a 9 1/4 rear axle with 354 gears, I believe. They're in the 350 range. A little bitty drive shaft going to a transfer case. Single exhaust going to dual. And what we're going to do here first is there's our front. We used to call those baby Danas. I'm not sure if that's what it's called or not. But since the thing runs so good, we're not going to pull the engine right away. What we're going to do first is we're going to take the camera and show everybody the transmission. It's got a 727 transmission. Right up here. Alright, so we're going to take that valve body out and we're going to do a shift kit on that valve body. Now this transmission shifts excellent. I mean, it works very good. So we're not worried about the transmission. We may throw a couple of seals at it, some things like that. But so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drop that pan down. We'll service the transmission. We'll pull the valve body and we'll put a shift kit in it. And then when we're done with the shift kit, then we're going to put headers and dual exhaust in here. And so we will video all that stuff and give everybody a look at what we're doing. Now it's going to be, you know, maybe 2 weeks, but, you know, that's how we're going to do it. And then when, when the engine is, when the headers and the dual exhaust are put on and the transmission is ready to accept it, that's when we're going to take the engine out and put our crankshaft and rods in it with our pistons. And we'll put a different cam in it. We're going to put the thermoquad back on it and make it run. So now you can see there's grass hanging down everywhere. And the owners took it out in their yard, and they got a big 40-acre field, and they did donuts all over the place. And boy, it sounded good and it looked good spinning around in circles. I loved it. And I didn't have the camera with me to film it, otherwise I would have. So we may take it out later after we get a few things done and do some donuts with it. All right, Jacoby?
Alright.
All right, well, let's get out from underneath here. It's dirty and it's hot.
Yep.
Okay, one other thing. We have gotten the fuel pump on here to work. All we did was put some fuel in it and blow air through it. And now the fuel pump is working, and we cleared the gas tank. So we no longer have the gas can under the hood. And so it is all on its own now, using its own gas tank. And we'll still have to take the tank apart. The sending unit's not showing us that it has any fuel in it, and it's got at least 10 gallons in it. So that's enough for now. I hope everybody enjoys this. And we'll catch up to you soon. See you, Jacob.
See ya, Pop.
See you, YouTube.
See ya.